This is a math attack, and this is a math attack.
Make sure you hit that little like button down there.
Hi folks, welcome back. So today's lesson is going to be on income. So this is Unit 6, Lesson 2. So what are the components of income? So individually is common mistake take-home pay. So the pay that you get into your bank account with gross pay. And there are vast differences that should be understood. So gross pay, what it is that's the amount of money paid before any deductions. So it's either your hourly pay or your salary. Then your net pay is the amount one receives after taxes and deductions have been withheld during a pay period. So deductions, that is the money that is taken away from your gross pay. So we've previously talked about taxes in the income tax unit. We've talked about EI, employment insurance, and then we've talked about your Canadian pension plan. So take-home pay is the exact same thing as net pay. So your net pay is the amount of money that goes into your bank account or you get a check for. So to calculate take-home pay, just add all the deductions and then subtract the total deductions from the gross pay. So your net pay equals your gross pay minus the deductions. So taxes, we have to pay taxes before we take home our money. These come off our paychecks before we even give them the money. The 4 key areas common to all paychecks is your CPP, your Canadian pension plan. This is about 5.25% of your gross pay. Then you have EI, your employment insurance, that is 1.58% of your gross pay. You have your federal tax, which is about 15% of your gross pay, and then your provincial tax. So this depends on the tax bracket that we have previously seen in the income tax unit for the questions that we will use in the examples. We're just going to use 5.05%. There are other ones, but they aren't common. So example 1. Steve is a computer programmer and he works 35 hours a week. Steve gets paid $25 an hour. Calculate his gross pay. So we just take the amount he gets per hour and we times by the amount of hours he worked in a week. He gets $875 a week. Therefore, his gross pay is $875. Okay, so now same example, but we're going to calculate his deductions based on his gross pay. So deductions equals your gross pay times the factor. Okay, what the factor is that the percent that I gave you on the other page, the 5.25, the 1.58, we're going to change that to decimal. Remember to change how to change a percent to a decimal, we divide it by 100. So our CPP was 5.25%, so we changed it to this decimal. So this is the factor. Your EI was 1.58%, so this is the decimal for it. Federal tax was 15%, so it's 0.15. And provincial tax was 5.05%, so it's 0.0505. So we take each one of these and we multiply it by the gross pay. So the first one, we take the gross pay, we multiply it by the decimal, the factor. We do that for each. And these are the 4 deductions that will be coming off of the gross pay. So to make this easier, we're going to add up all of the amounts. So the $45.94 plus the $13.83 plus the $131.25 plus the $44.19, and we get $235.21. So that is the amount of deductions. So now we want to calculate his net pay. So we take the gross pay, we subtract the deductions. We take $875 minus $235.21. Therefore, his net pay, so the amount he's going to be taking home, is $639.79.